All right, so let's get into the NFC playoffs now. And San Francisco, still one of the best teams in the league. They lost last week, like I said they would, to Seattle. But that's a three-team race over there. That's San Francisco, Seattle, and LA. They're all really good
Hmm.
teams. It seems like if you stumble in that division, you lose. And then in the North, you got the Packers being the Packers, as we discussed in the before the season. We discussed that Aaron Rodgers will be Aaron Rodgers regardless. If he's healthy, he's Aaron Rodgers. He's going to get you at least nine. They're already right there. So the Packers are who they are. The Vikings are making a real good tear when they started off really not the best in the season. But I'm telling you, if you watch that team right now, that defense is out there playing tough, and Kirk Cousins is finally taking control of his team, and Dalvin Cook is one of the best, if not the best, running back in the league. That can be argued because of Christian McCaffrey, I know. But let's go ahead and talk about him real quick because Christian McCaffrey and the Saints, it looks like Kyle Allen was the answer to this team, and Cam Newton was kind of the guy who slowed him down, to be honest with you. But they're still chasing the Saints right now, and the Saints are a really good team. Teddy Bridgewater carried this team the whole time Drew Brees was out, and now Drew Brees has came back and didn't look the greatest in his last outing, but we'll see how he is going forward. Then you got the Cowboys and the Eagles, and that matchup right there is always a fun matchup, Cowboys versus Eagles. So I want to see that one later here in the year. And also, I don't know. I think Dak Prescott here in a little bit, if he keeps going, I think he may be an MVP candidate, or he may bust out here in a minute and throw seven interceptions in a few games. So you never know with Dak Prescott how he's going to go. Carson Wentz doesn't look like the same quarterback he was a year ago for sure. It's just going to be interesting to see how these are going forward. Who do you got going?
Yeah, I think that right now the wild card matchups. I mean, obviously you got your division leaders, but with your wild card matchups with Seattle and Minnesota, whoever has to play those guys in the wild card, yeah, they might have to be away, but good luck. So I mean, the battle for having a first round bye is really important in the NFC because these wild card teams are going to be really, really tough. See, as of right now, like I said, Seattle and Minnesota. Minnesota being the sixth seed right now at 7-3, which is really crazy. They have a 2 point lead over Carolina and Philadelphia. And when you look at the NFC East between Dallas and Philly, there's not going to be a wild card team out of that division. So you have to win the division to make the playoffs. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, and Carolina's going to have to push, keep winning out, continue to move forward. If they're 5-4 right now, I think their only shot at making the playoffs, looking at Minnesota and looking at Seattle, is if they can go 11-5. So they can only lose one more, and that's going to be a really hard thing to do for Carolina going down the stretch. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, how the playoffs look, that's pretty solid. I can see that not changing between those six teams that are already sitting there, with the exception of maybe Philly might beat out Dallas, but I don't see it happening. I think Dak Prescott is having an MVP caliber season. I don't think he'll win it, but he's definitely in the talks. And yeah, Dallas looks really good. You said it right. Wentz does not look like the quarterback he was in the past. Their receiving game is awful. So we'll see what happens in the future. I'm surprised that they're actually even in the talks, even in the running right now, because I think Dallas should be running away with that, but they've let them stay there.
Yeah,
So we'll see what
they've
happens.
slipped up, and that's why I say because sometimes I've seen Dak Prescott throw them three interception, four interception, two interception game, and just lose the game for his team. This I seen a funny tweet. Brendan Schaefer, he's actually a reporter for the Cardinals for the website, but he actually said if the Dallas Cowboys could figure out how to throw a screen pass to Ezekiel Elliott, they would both have 1,500 yards by the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably not wrong. That offensive line for Dallas is amazing. Yeah, they don't usually do a lot of those screens right there, so that would be pretty nice to see. And that throws in another question: how long will we see Jason Garrett there? A lot of people are questioning that if they don't make the NFC Championship game, he might be out of a job, which might be the case.
Yeah, and it would be kind of deserving, honestly, because they have such talent on that team that if they don't make, if they miss the playoffs, Garrett's gone in my personal. Let's go ahead and get into the Week 11 matchups, though.